Boom. Okay, here we go, y'all. Another one. Another one for YouTube. By the way, first off, we hit 10,000 subscribers. So shout out to you as we shoot up and go for 100K subscribers now. We hit 10K, all because of you. Thanks for everybody that watched and everybody that even watched one video and subscribed to the channel. Thank you so much. We hit 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. Today's video, right, what we're going to today is firing blanks. Firing blanks. So you got the chopper on you, you got the thing with you, whatever you want to call it. You keep the heater on you, you pull it out, and it don't shoot nothing. It just clicks. You firing blanks, right? In that sense, we're gonna put that in chess terms today using Anatoly Karpov versus Wolfgang Uhlmann. First off, your man's got the best name in the world. My name is Wolfgang. Imagine saying that, right? You at the club, right? You see somebody you like. Oh, what's up, girl? Yeah. She like, what's your name? My name Wolfgang.
Bruh.
My name Wolfgang.
Bruh.
Crazy. But this is, of course, chess. Anatoly Karpov versus Wolfgang Uhlmann. Okay. This was back in 1973. So we're talking about firing blanks today, right? Wolfgang the player. Oh, he probably was, bro. I mean, all you got, my name Wolfgang, and he just sit back and just wait. My name Wolfgang.
Bruh.
It's nuts. Like, are you serious? Yeah, that's correct. All together, Wolfgang. It's fire, bro. It's literally the best name ever. But Karpov playing Wolfgang back in the 73s. Okay, let's check it out. Right? Much better than Dog Gang. Dog Gang. Dog Gang. All right, bet. Let's get it. E4, E6.
Garbage. Garbage.
How many times y'all have seen the French get crushed here on the channel? How many times y'all have seen the French get crushed? All right. I'm just saying, look, it's something about the French defense that you probably shouldn't be playing that opening. We even have a playlist on the YouTube. Hey, Phantom Master Clendrick, send me a message and say YouTube French. So I'll put the playlist in there so people can see. I mean, we probably got 15, 20 videos on people crushing and smacking and mollywopping the French, bro. Like, real big facts. So with that being said here, we're going to go through another one. I didn't pick this. This was just out of the book that we going through from Vishnu Warrior. All right, stench defense. That's nice, Glow Party. That's nice. Stench defense. Stench defense. E4, E6, D4, D5. Right. Knight D2, we going with the Tarrasch variation. So a little bit about the Tarrasch. Garry Kasparov was a fan of this. It's very flexible. Wesley So has a lot of theory on this as well. Some very deep, in-depth theory. It's a flexible variation. I'm not the biggest fan of it. If you're an aggressive player, shout out to my grandfather Tao. May he rest in peace one time. My grandfather Tao, Knight to C3 is the more aggressive way of playing. Knight C3 is aggressive. Knight D2 is more flexible. I'm not a fan. I didn't really have the greatest success with Knight D2 myself, but it is a way to play. Karpov, though, it's Karpov. I mean, yeah, this seems like Karpov, actually. Knight D2, there's C5. There's many ways you can play after this C5 way here. E takes, and Knight G to F3. We're going to fly through this. We're going to try to keep this at like 20 minutes, 30 minutes or less, right? So people can watch it faster. Knight to C6 and Bishop B5. Black plays Bishop to D6, and the reason why we didn't take on C5 before is because we want Black to waste a tempo. Tempo, it means time, extra move. So after Bishop B5, there's Bishop D6. And after we take on C5, right, immediately the Bishop has to move twice. Capablanca has a book, Chess Fundamentals, Phantom Master Clendrick. Send me a message so I can put that in the description. Is Chess Fundamentals by Capablanca. What it says there in the book, he says that you should refrain. That doesn't mean don't always do, don't never in your life do. You should refrain from moving a piece twice in the opening. So after we take on C5, we made this bishop move from D6 to C5 in 2 moves. When he could have did it in 1, of course, but we didn't take, so we get a tempo there. We gain time. Bishop takes C5, castles, Knight E7, and Knight to B3. Hitting the bishop on C5, right, Bishop D6, and we're just moving. There's a lot of moves you can make here. You can play Bishop D3, Rook E1, H3. He chose Bishop G5, just development. Castles, he went Bishop H4. The idea here is to go Bishop G5, Bishop H4, Bishop G3, especially when the queen gets to C7 in many cases. Bishop G4, Karpov said, whatever, right? Bishop E2. One thing you need to notice here, And there's a book, there's a newer book out here by one of my favorite authors, is Swapnil Dahupadi. Really hard last name to say, but he's very strong. In fact, I learned a lot from the Banco from him. But he has a new book about pawn structures. With that being said, this is what happens. You want to count the pawn structures immediately. Immediately start counting the pawn structures in this position here. Bishop e2 makes a lot of sense. If we count pawn islands, what do I mean by islands? Like, if you think about what an island is, a land surrounded by water. It's isolated in a way. Here, these two are one pawn island. This is a second, which is isolated, but we'll call it a pawn island. And then a third. For white, how many do they have? This is all one, and this is a second. So in pawn structure being the GPS of the game, the pawn structure tells you how you should play the entire game. Literally. Write it down, remember it, never forget it. The pawn structure tells you how you should play the game. So obviously this is an isolated pawn as well, so that's something to play on, but white doesn't have any of that. And Karpov, being a squeeze master, aka boa constrictor, that's what they used to call him, he's going to be very nice with this game. Bishop e2, bishop h5, rook e1. Okay, rook e1, putting a rook on a file with a smile, a little bit of pressure. Queen b6, right? Knight f to d4. One of the main things to do, in fact, chat, this is on you. What should you do to play against an isolated pawn? Now, this is like video 60 something at this point, right? In this playlist for Tournament Guidebook. And we covered this before in isolated pawns. We went over the ISO. What do you do against an isolated pawn? Let me see it in the chat. I see control the square in front from Red Hot Mama. Control the square behind it. Curious Chimpanzee, cry ouch. Keep them moving. Knight is the best blockader. Full pressure. Blockade or target. Leave it isolated. Blockade. Blockade with a knight. Correct. Blockade. Check. Check mark. Done. Great job.
Bruh.
Great job. Now, what's the second thing you do after blockade? We blockaded. What else do we do? What is the second thing? This is the part that a lot of you miss, actually. What do you do next? Block it, then trade down material from remain confident. Bishop f3. I mean, yeah, bishop. I guess bishop f3. Yeah, but like, what's the concept? What else do you do? Put pressure on the pin piece. Look at that. Attack. Here's the second part. In fact, remain confident. Set it. Block and trade down material. You want to trade the pieces that defend the pawn. So you want to trade this one. Trade the bishop. So knight d4, he's welcoming trades. Oh, I'll take it all day. So black, understanding this, he played bishop g6 instead of taking on e2, eliminating one of the pieces that could potentially defend the pawn. So he went bishop e2. Now, right now, this bishop is actually firing a blank. In a way, this bishop's not hitting anything. We don't care about this. This is always defended. We never care about it. After c3, you're hitting what we call air. You're literally hitting air and you're firing a blank into nothing. Into nothing, my God. Garbage. Into nothing. But in a way, okay, cool. It's a lot of chess left. Let's keep moving. c3, rook f to e8, bishop f1. Pretty nice move, right? Maybe I'll reroute this way, trade on here, play g3, put pressure on the weak pawn on d5. Bishop e4 looks cool. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool move. What do you think it does? It really honestly does nothing, but it again fires a blank. It fires a blank. You're never gonna have anything here. Ever. Ever. I mean, it looks cool. Looks are very deceiving in chess, but you're never, especially with your queen over here on this side of the board, but you're never gonna get anything. Anything. It literally will never do anything from e4. In fact, it was better on g6. But after bishop e4, bishop g3. Okay. He backs that boy up. Take towards the center. a5. White plays a4, stopping a4 himself. Knight takes d4, which helps us out a lot. Isn't your bishop firing a blank too? Absolutely, it is. Absolutely, but this is about Karpov, right? And also, I mean, it is firing a blank, but in a minute, it's going to do something else. Knight takes, knight c6, bishop b5. Now, is it firing a blank? Okay. Okay, look at him. The man got something to do with the bishop. But what about this one? What about this one right here? Garbage. What about this one? Garbage. For the people in the back. Garbage. The bishop is doing nothing. It is firing a absolute blank, doing nothing at all. It's pretty tough. You'll see this a lot. This bishop doing something now, pressuring pin for the win, right? So he moved that boy out the way. Rook E to D8. Karpov being Karpov here. You have so many moves you can make. It's pretty cool that he found this right here. He found the G4. You say, why didn't he play bishop? Queen takes B2. Okay, so where at? You talking about here? Oh, queen takes B2. Okay, queen takes B2. So chat, what do you think? Why do you think queen? That's a good question, by the way. Why do you think queen takes B2 was not played? Great question, actually. Excellent question. Why do you think? He says loses the knight. It loses the knight. It loses tempo. Okay. Anyone else? Rook B1. Okay, we got rook B1, queen takes C3 possible, rook B7, opening space. Queen trappage. Trapped. How is it trapped? What's the move, chat? What's the move? I see a lot of rook B1s. That's good. I've seen a few of them. Knight B5, rook B2, rook B2. You know the queen on B2, right? You know that, right? Sing Cloud. You know the queen is on B2. I just want to make sure we're looking at the same game. Okay, B1, bishop B5 gets trapped. Okay, queen B5, queen B5. Wow. Queen to B5. Bishop B5, knight B5. Knight B5, knight B5s. Okay, first off, we're going to point out the rook B1s. Nice job. You know what? Shoot, like, okay. Alrighty. Rook B1 is 100% premium garbage. Garbage. Disgusting. Get the man off the board. What is he doing? Rook B1 and you're done. I'm going to just take these and I'm going to stare at you real hard. Real hard stare. Real hard stare. You've lost the game immediately. Rook B1 does nothing. But the move here is actually knight to B5. It does trap the queen here, also threatening knight to C7. So if you play rook C8, oh, that's not great. Rook E2, and what do? You lose the queen. Immediately, queen's gone. So you have to play actually queen C2. And after trading, then we go knight C7, and we send them to heaven. It's a wrap stir. We're going to take this one, E7. I mean, everything's gone. You're done. You're done, bro. You're done. Chessline, what's up? Yeah, you're done. Right, so queen takes B2 doesn't work. So in fact, he played knight C6, and then bishop B5. Great question, though, for that. Rook E to D8, and Karpov played this move here, which is pretty hard to find, which is G4. I thought this was pretty fire. G4, grabbing some space. Some G3, F3 in there. He played G4. Knight takes D4, queen takes D4, queen takes, pawn takes. Karpov is one of the not very few, but I mean, one of the grandmasters that will always happily go into an endgame and squeeze you the whole time. He didn't care. He'll beat you tactically. He'll beat you in an endgame. He'll beat you solidly, positionally. It don't matter. You want to go 70 moves? Cool. You want to go in a Berlin that'll put you straight to sleep?
Bruh.
For all you Berlin players out there, it'll put you straight to sleep.
Bruh.
But he'll play it with ease. Carol Khan, cool. 100 moves? Nothing. It's Karpov. Right. But look at this position. And right now it's completely equal in a way. Both of the bishops are actually firing blanks. Your bishops want targets. But, in fact, this bishop is going to be a little bit better than his counterpart. Rook 8 to C8, F3 from Karpov. Bishop G6, and all right, chat, it's on you. It's on you. We got about 20 moves left. What do you do? How in the world is this not drawn? Watch this boy work. Watch him work. Watch him work, Motivator Mark. Watch him work. Rook E7. I see another rook E7. What else we got, chat? White has a, I don't even know how to say that, of pawns now. Okay, cool, great. Whatever that word is. Rook E5, King E2, King E2. F2, got it, okay. I see an F5, but you mean F4? Rook to C1, F4 again. Rook A3, that's an interesting one. In fact, he just played Rook E7. Take the file with a smile, why not? And also take the 7th rank. It's always good to take the 7th rank. Rook e7, there was b6 to defend it. Rook a to e1, double up. h6 from black. Now, of course, you're trying to win this. We're not trying to draw this. We're trying to win. So we got work to do. What do you do next, chat? This will help you work on your end games a lot. Looking at Karpov games, and also shout out to my uncle, Dvoretsky in-game manual. Okay, I'll link that. Phantom Master Kendrick, send me a message for that so I don't forget. Dvoretsky in-game manual. I will post that in the description. But that's one of my favorite all-time in-game books is that one. What do you do now? King h2, trade one rook, bishop d7. Scary, he says. Rook b7, f4. And rook b7. Another one for f4. Bishop d7. F4s. Okay, F4s. F4. Look at you, Chad. Look at you. That's nice. That's like the nicest I'd have never seen in my life. That's garbage. What are you doing? Why would you play this move? F4 is disgusting. F4, bishop e4 for the score. I'm looking at you like you crazy now. Now my bishop get out. I didn't block the connection of the rooks. And I'm about to play rook c2 and ask you, what do you do? What you gonna do now?
Bruh.
What you gonna do now? You out here looking crazy. You have lost this game. Maybe not really lost. You could play rook e2. I mean, you really could play rook e2. But this is stupid. Like, now you're looking crazy out here. You was trying to win and you did too much now. You literally did too much at this point. All right, so f4 is not the move. You need to keep this bishop on lock because right now he's firing blanks. Ours is kind of firing a blank, but it's also helping us if we need it. We don't really need it right now. Yes, he is firing a blank, but like kind of a blank, like a blank that is still hurt you kind of thing. You know what I mean? This bishop is literally firing nothing at all. In fact, you can put it on h7, does nothing. You can put him on d3. With the bishop obviously not here, it still does nothing. You can put the bishop on c2 and it still don't do nothing, right? Don't do nothing here. But the move is rook to b7. Great job. Hitting b6. Rook to d6. All right, chat, it's on you. Come on, you better get this right. You better get this right. White to move, what do you do? f4. He was quick with that too. First one in the chat. First one. He says e1 to e7, bishop d7. Rook e7, rook e7, rook e8. f2 with the king. Rook e to e7. Dr. Hallish, thanks for the follow. f8, rook e to e7. That's right, rook e to e7. Right, you dub. You dub on above, right? Double what they call this blind swine or blind pigs, blind swine. We actually did a video on that. If you check the playlist, we have done a video on the blind pigs here. Putting the rooks on the 7th like this is very scary. Now, not only is he firing blanks, but now he's defending and doing nothing but defending. Black finds a cool move, h5. Cool, we about to try to break this up. Maybe get my bishop a little active. Karpov says, cool, you gonna undouble my pawns for me? Thanks, big fella. Appreciate the generosity. He takes on h5. We take back. Chat is back on you. What do you do now? Be very careful here. Be very, very careful. I see g4s. Now we play f4. Says Parker Chess. Bishop to e8. Okay, I'll see you. Bishop e8. Bishop e8. Clever. g4. Bishop g6, bishop e7, f4. g4 pushes to dislodge the bishop. All right, chat, you are correct. You are correct. It is g4. Good job. Good job. Okay. Okay. You're not garbage. Good job. g4 is a move. It hits the bishop. Correct. The bishop goes back. And now f4 is a little bit different than what it was before. If you go bishop e4, well, you out here looking crazy. You literally out here looking disgusting. I just take on f7. Now, weirdly enough, black can still defend. It's hard to defend, but as an engine gonna defend this. It's hard to defend it with king h8, and believe it or not, after king h8 and then rook takes g7, there's actually rook h6, which now black has his threats of his own, which is kind of weird. But as a human playing this, you're gonna win this as a human. As an engine, it's still harder to do. And honestly, even with the engine saying that it's only like +1, after a few moves, I'm sure the engine will catch up and say that white is winning. After rook takes f7, you're looking crazy. So f4 happens. Yes, a wild defense. Absolutely. Rook c1 check. King f2. Rook c2 check. King e3. And now bishop e4. Whoa, hold up. He's trying to get you. He's trying to lock you in. Right? I really don't know what this does. I'm going to be honest with you. But he played bishop e4. I mean, it's not... f5 was the threat. So not that we don't know what it does. We understand why he played bishop e4, because if he doesn't, f5 is still coming no matter if you like it or not. But bishop e4, not that it does nothing. I mean, it really doesn't hit anything, but it gets out of the way of f5 because your bishop looking crazy on h7, and plus you get mated on the back rank. Start a new game. You are 100%. Garbage. Absolutely. So he played bishop to e4. Bishop to e4 to get out of the way because f5 is coming. So what do you do? Chat, what do you do? Mr. Birdfish says, loved Lock It Up. Thanks for watching, bro. If you haven't watched Lock It Up, that was the last video. Definitely check it out. We got 60 plus videos for you guys to learn from today on all strategy and tactics. Rook f7, sack the exchange. We win him regardless. Wow, you said rook takes e4. Okay. He says sack the exchange. Rook takes e4. Okay, okay. Rook takes e4. Nice. Nice. I like it. Garbage. Why on earth would you do this to yourself? Why would you do this, bro? Rook to d2, right? I can just sit here and I'm about to take this, and you gave me the game back. You may be able to hold this to a draw. Depending on who you playing, you may be able to hold this to a draw. This ain't good no more, though. This ain't good no more. You looking crazy. So rook takes f7 is the move. Rook to g6. All right. How do we follow up? How do we follow up? He's hitting g4, obviously, and defending g7. What is the follow-up? What is the follow-up? What's the follow-up, chat? What do you do? See g5. I see another g5. f5, bishop to e8. Bishop e8, interesting move. Bishop e2, defending, okay, nice. Bishop d7, of course, he says. f6, f5, bishop d7, another one for bishop d7, or check from Glow Party. Hey, Glow Party, I'm going to give you an honorary for you, for the check. Just for the check. He said, never mind. Right. But I'm going to give you one anyway. That's for you. Right. And you just keep that one in your back pocket. It's like, check. Yeah. No, never mind. Never mind. Never mind the check. f5, he takes on g4. That's a problem there. And bishop d7, you getting sent to heaven real fast. And get the man off the board. What is he doing with his life? This is absolute. Garbage. You are garbage. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. So it actually is g5. Lock it down. None of that around here. g5 and we live. Very nice. g5, king h7. All right. This is the squeeze. This is what Karpov does. Squeeze. Nice squeeze here. Here's the next move. Rook f to e7. Right. And this is just like a waiting move. Also, at this point, now this might be a move. Now this is a possibility. But then he plays rook takes b2. Now tell me, chat, do you take on e4 or do you find something else to do? Are you going to sacrifice the exchange or do you find a better move to do? White to move. Curious Chimpanzee says something else. Okay, if you find a better move, let me give you this. Because I see find a better move in the chat. What is the move? If you're going to find a better move, then sacrificing the exchange, what is that better move? Bishop D7s, bishop E8s, bishop E2. Why would you sack the exchange? Bishop E8. Bishop C6. You guys are right. Bishop E8. That's correct. Don't sack the exchange. You don't have to. It's not necessary. Bishop E8 is a very nice move. It hits the rook. And when you move the rook, in fact, he played check first. King E2, check again. King E1, right? And if you check this way, first off, you're like, why is it not a perpetual, right? You can just go towards him. King D2, rook check, right? And you could go King E3, honestly, but King C1, check, and then King D1. And he still has to deal with this. Also, rook takes E4 is now in the air. His king takes is here. Right. But after, let's go back. King E1, rook D6 happened. Okay, this is a simple one to make. Rook takes G7, King H8, and now the finale move. Now, in fact, the last move here, let me hold off on that comment. What do you do in this move? What do you do right here? White's move. Karpov played move number 2. Move number 1 is pretty awesome. Wow, really? What if he just goes there? Interesting. We're going to take a look at this. But Karpov played move number 2. What would you play here, chat? What is move number 1? Who can find it? He says rook H7, force the king into the light square. We have G6, bishop G6. Another one for H7. We have G6 again. G6 looks crushing. Pawn G7, he means G6. Trickster means G6. G6, G6, rook F7. James Lee, thanks for the follow. Scratch that. H7 is defended. You're right, Curious Chimpanzee. We're going to give you an honorary.
Garbage.
That's for you, big fella.
Garbage.
Hold that one.
Garbage.
Take a picture with it very proudly.
Garbage.
That's right. Rook H7 is defended. Okay. Don't even do that to yourself. That's right. It doesn't work. Okay. Pawn G6 is actually move number 3 on the engine. So clap it up for you. Clap it up. Okay. That's move number 3. Move number 3 on the engine is G6. Move number 1, actually only one person said it, I think. Let me see. Let me scroll up. Only one person said it. Move number 3 was rook F. Move number 1 was rook F7. This was move number 1 on the engine, which is not that it's hard to find, but like I thought King G8 and you just have to fight more. Shout out to you, Dr. Giuliano. Rook F7 was it, threatening mate. And if King G8, then you play F5. And you're just going to steamroll this way. But in fact, Karpov played move number 2, which is rook E7, which is totally understandable because now you have bishop H5 intentions, bishop here. I mean, all these are things you could do because there's mate like everywhere. You even have rook B8. But right here, Mr. Wolfgang, what's your name, big fella? They call me Wolfgang. He resigned right here in this position. Rook G to E7. I'm not garbage at least once. That's right, Dr. Giuliano. You're not, bro. Right. Now let's see why he resigned, though. This game, because he resigned right here. Wolfgang looking like a puppy dog. That's hilarious. But here, after rook G to E7, he resigned. Let's see why. Rook check. King F2. Rook check again. King G3. Check again. You can go King G4. Check again. King F5, or sorry, King H4, because he can check again here, but you can go King E5. Everything's winning. Everything's winning. Maybe like a rook D8. We play G6 with G7 intentions. King G8, check up. If he goes here, mate. Ouch. If he goes here, mate. Bishop F7, mate here. Everything's mate. Everything's mate. And this was the whole idea. It usually takes multiple pieces for a successful attack. You have the rooks, the bishop, the pawn. There was not enough. There was not enough. So Wolfgang here actually resigned, realizing his fate was over. That wasn't mate, but yet. Wait, which wasn't mate? What wasn't mate? Oh, you're talking about King G7? Hold up. You're talking about right here? Yeah, King G7. You're right. King G5. In fact, you're right. Correct. Actually, here. This is not mate. King G5 is the move. I meant to show this. King G5. No, thank you for that, Butner, actually. King G5 is a beautiful move. Look at this, bro. King G5, sack the rook. I remember looking at this and I couldn't believe it. King G5. If king takes, you play bishop E6. Oh my goodness. It's mate on H7. No way to stop it. Literally no way to stop mate right here. Just like nothing you can do. Look at this. This is beautiful. I just sacked a rook that could be captured by 2 separate pieces. That's beautiful. Takes, bishop E6 is mate. Everything. And then if you take with the rook, right? Bishop E6, king has nowhere to go but F8. And then G7. I mean, this is disgusting. You can even play king F6 if you wanted to. And then mate back here. I mean, this is just beautiful. Mate was everywhere. It was unavoidable. And G7 ends it on a spot, obviously. You can even promote to a rook. Right? Like if you wanted to. But everything's mate. I mean, this was absolutely beautiful chess here. Absolutely beautiful. Right. And it all started from this bishop kind of in a way. Firing blanks. All your pieces want to be able to do things. All your pieces want to be able to be active and, of course, employed in a way, put them on salary, make sure they do something. Because if they do nothing, you end up like this in this game. And this wasn't even that bad of a game for black. Like, it was just, the bishop kind of did nothing on G6. It'd be different if he had a counterpart on D3 to trade, right? He went E4. Hitting kind of nothing still. Yes, our bishop hit nothing temporarily. But this bishop had all game to figure out what to do. And he couldn't figure it out. He literally couldn't figure it out. Boom. Now our bishop is employed. Got that man on salary full time. My man's working out here. Okay, G4, right, takes. And he's still on full-time salary. We covering some squares. This bishop, I mean, so what? What are you doing, right? F3, bishop here, still unemployed, trying to find a job. Rook E7, double up. Still doing nothing. Only thing you are defending is like the F7 pawn. At least you're doing something. But I mean, this is just, it fire blanks the whole game. Takes, defending, G4. Uh-oh, now you got to move it again. After the check. Bishop E4, you was already here doing nothing. So in fact, black kind of played down a piece the whole game. Think about that. Same color bishops too. Opposite color bishops, you'll see that a lot. But in same color bishops, that's not a commonality. Bishop E4 was really, and not that it was really bad, but this position was really bad for black here. And Karpov just squeezed him. That's what he does. Squeeze this man. And the game was over right here on Rook E7, guys. So hope you enjoyed today about firing blanks. We're going to have analysis tomorrow as usual. You already know, guys. So hope you enjoyed today. Again, thanks for the 10,000 subscribers as we go to 100K. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. I'm going to see y'all on the next video.